Hey everyone, it's Michael and
Chris
from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, bringing you some industry gossip.
Yes,
How are you, mate?
I'm great, thank you, Michael. Very good. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries. So I kind of sprung this on you this morning. You were kind of passing by and we grabbed him and said, hey, how about, because we'll jump to why you're here and then we'll come back to who you are.
Sure.
Why did I grab you this morning?
Well, it's a very exciting day today. Vegemite yesterday announced that they were going to release a fine silver collectible piece of toast to celebrate their 100-year anniversary.
Yep.
And my company has been the one to manufacture it.
All right. So this is a follow-up to the Vegemite jar. Yep.
Yeah, sure. So we did a very successful launch with them, 500 1-ounce fine silver collectible jars and 3-ounce jars. And this is a follow-up to help celebrate their 100 years.
Excellent. So we'll come back to it because obviously this is what people want to know. But I actually want to know a bit more about you. And obviously we've known each other for a little while now, but the audience hasn't. So tell me about who Chris is. Just on a top level. Sure.
So we are predominantly a manufacturing company that manufactures jewellery. And we've been able to think about how we pivot in that space and utilise the team going forward. And we've decided that fine silver and gold sculptures is where we would like to see ourselves going forward.
What's the name of your company?
Tiger Bay Jewels.
Yep.
And so the first project we really did was the commercial project we did was the fine silver jars for Vegemite. Yeah.
So you actually, just for people watching here. Chris was actually instrumental in approaching Vegemite, getting the approvals to produce that, getting it designed, produced, and then providing it back to Vegemite to market effectively.
Yeah, correct. That's right. Yeah, and the process was quite extensive. It was almost 12 to 14 months to be able to get the product where we needed it to be, and Vegemite. We're very quick to sign off on it, really proud moment for our company to be involved in such an iconic brand, especially in their most important era, which is this year, which is a 100-year celebration of their company.
Obviously we're nowhere near the size of Vegemite, or Bega, who now own them, but to trust someone else with your reputation, which is effectively what Bega and Vegemite have done. They've trusted you with their reputation. It is actually a really big deal. So it's a really big feather in your cap, mate.
Thank you, mate. Huge responsibility, and I'd be lying to say the pressure hasn't been on and doesn't continue to be on.
You don't look too bad for 21, mate.
Yes. Thank you, mate. I'll be coming on more often. Really proud moment, and look, today especially with them releasing the toast, it's just great to be involved.
How big was the Vegemite jar? I'm not talking about size. I'm talking about, from a PR, from a public perception, from a reception perspective.
Yeah, sure. It was really massive. It crashed the Vegemite website.
It's not just BN that has website issues
right.
Releases.
That's right. So they released the product, and within a couple of hours, the website crashed. I think it took them maybe 45 minutes to an hour to put it back up, and then the next hour and a half, they sold 500 1-ounce jars and 500 3-ounce jars, so effectively 1,000 pieces in a very, very short time. Yeah.
What happened to the aftermarket price on them?
Well, I think that's something that nobody really expected. It took everybody by surprise. There's been some incredible aftermarket sales. I think the 1-ounce in one area sold for 6,500 or close to 6,000
for
an ounce of silver. I think that might have been the gold-plated one, and one of the 3-ounce jars I think sold for nearly $10,000. There was 44 bids on it. So just simply something that we couldn't have foreseen, and I'm pretty sure the market couldn't have foreseen that either.
But you've got to look at quite often with other trademarks that have released special editions. In that kind of level, they've quite often released 10,000 of them or 50,000 of them, those types of things. Whereas releasing 500 of them, I know Vegemite is only an Australian brand. It's not a huge worldwide brand. but it still has massive impact worldwide. So
Look, and there was 500 lucky Australians that got hold of each one of those products, and then as a bonus, Vegemite ran a competition where they gave 5 1-ounce 18-carat gold-plated jars and 5 3-ounce gold-plated jars away. So effectively, there were 10 lucky Australians that got hold of those unique products also. So it's a bit of a phenomenon, to be honest.
yeah, it was. So, but that's not what we're actually here to talk about. That's a bit of background stuff. What are we releasing? We're not releasing. What are Vegemite releasing? Sorry, mate, I went into BN mode there.
That's okay.
What are Vegemite releasing today?
So today, their little 1-ounce piece of toast has been released. It was something that I pitched to them just after the release of the jars, they again very quickly came on board. They loved the idea. We're very proud of the product, it's just another moment for us to be involved in what is an iconic 100-year celebration for Vegemite.
Absolutely. I mean, you really. I'm not trying to blow your own trumpet here, mate, but you really like. Woolies is releasing things for Vegemite's 100-year, and you're batting in the big leagues here. But getting back to the toast, I mean, this is just. I love this, the concept of it. So it's a very simple design, as you'll see coming up on the screen. That matte finish in the background with Vegemite stamped in it, and the years, and the bite taken out of it. How did you come up with this design?
Well, I suppose when anybody thinks about Vegemite, there's a couple of iconic things that really spring to mind. Obviously, it's the jar, it's the taste of the spread, it's the polarising, international flavour, whether they like it or whether they don't. And obviously, from a young child, I can speak about my own experiences, and a lot of other Australians. The iconic way we're introduced to it is, on a piece of toast with plenty of butter, and then you choose how much of the Vegemite you put on there, which is also a bit of a contentious talking point. And I thought it just made sense if you look at some of Vegemite's marketing over the years, and especially in this last 12 months. They understand their market very well. They understand who their consumer is, and they also understand very clearly who where the heart and minds of their consumer base is. Yeah. You talk to anybody about Vegemite, and it's Vegemite toast. So we just thought it was a terrific extension of on a complementary idea to release or pitch to Vegemite for to complement the jars that we'd already been successful with.
So how many were produced?
So there's 1,000 of the 1-ounce for 1,000 lucky people. Yep. who are lucky enough to be able to jump onto Vegemite's website, which is where it is available. I think they've limited it to 2 purchases per person. So effectively, there might only be 500 people out there that get a chance. So it'll be 1,000 pieces to commemorate their 100 years.
And that's a 1-ounce in size?
That's the 1-ounce in size, that's correct.
Are they doing any other sizes?
That's something for Vegemite to decide. That's not something that...
no, it's fair answer.
Yep.
So 1,000 of these are available. Now, where do I get them from? You hinted at it.
Yes, sure.
Have you got the website? Because we can always get Ruben to print it along the bottom.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So it's available at Vegemite from their online store. Just head to their Instagram account and you'll find all the details. If you haven't joined their Insta account already, jump on it. It's got lots of iconic memorabilia and celebrations for their 100 years.
Yeah, so you'll find we'll put the website across the bottom of the screen. We'll also put a link in it down below, so you can purchase one. Do you know what the retail price on it is?
Not at this stage. I think that'll be something that they'll release in due course. Yeah.
So $6,000, $7,000.
You're talking second hand. Look, $199 I believe will be the price, but that's something we might have to.
I'll go to the website. It'll tell you quick enough as to how much it's going to be. Just to clear this up, we don't have any affiliation. We're absolutely not. I don't think. Well, I guess supposedly you are because you designed the system, but BN's not getting any kickback. This is not a paid advert or anything along those sort of lines. This is just a bit of fun, and like I said back at the start, this is just a chance to glimpse in or lift the curtain on the industry gossip more than anything else. No, mate, great opportunity to come and chat with you guys, and it's like I said, it's something we're very proud of to be associated as a company. Yeah. So is this the end of the line with Vegemite? Are they looking at other products? Can you tell us if they're looking at other products?
That's something that I can't elaborate on. I'm not sure what they've got in mind, if anything at all, from this point onwards. But at the moment, we're really just head down, focusing on producing the 1 ounce toast for them.
Yeah, no, I figured you'd play that one fairly just slide it off to the side there. That's fair enough too. Okay, so tell us, this is brilliant. Like, the fact that you got the Vegemite away in the jar form, like I said before, is a real feather in your cap. To follow it up with the toast, which I know is going to be successful, like, is just it's just amazing. What else has Tiger Bay got lined up? Is there anything you can talk about from your company's perspective?
Yeah, so we're really moving into the sculpture space fairly heavily. We have a few projects that we're working on at the moment. They're private arrangements, not commercial, not commercial.
Commissions.
Commissions, I suppose you would call it. They're more for private in the collector space and commercial application, but not necessarily commerciality, if that makes any sense. So we're talking about outdoor sculptures, sculptures for high-end yachts, boats, things of that nature. So we've got quite a bit in the pipeline currently, and then obviously with the corporate success that we've had with a company like Vegemite, we are looking and talking to other really big brands at the moment.
So you're going to look at licensing some more products in conjunction with them?
Yeah, we'll try with Vegemite.
With other companies?
Yeah, with other companies, that's exactly right. So we are in the talks at the moment with a couple of very big brands, but this space is a difficult one from a design and execution perspective, but then you've also got to come up with the right product in line with the company that you're talking with. So there's quite a few moving parts when you're putting deals like this together. But I'm confident that it won't be the last time you'll see us, produce something that's publicly seen in this space.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even just to think through and produce something that is iconic to a brand. So in this case, the toast and the jar to Vegemite. You could have really butchered that if you hadn't have, thought about it properly.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I suppose that's where it takes a village to raise a child, they say. So there's a really big team of people behind me that help bring all these moving parts together. Not of which, none of not making light of the fact that the Vegemite team have been, just super awesome in their feedback, in their ability to help navigate this space. Understanding their customer base has been a really big thing in producing this product. I mean, they have a really deep knowledge of who the hearts and minds are that purchase their product. So, when you pop all those ingredients together, and then of course the hard bit's the execution, and some would say the easy bit's the sales, but it's all sort of proportionate. It's all proportionate around everything coming together. There's not much room for error. It's not aluminium we're producing; it's fine silver. So there's the commodity, and the responsibility, of getting that right sooner rather than later. In the R&D stakes. But yeah, so I'm sure that you'll see us in this space going forward a little bit more in the future.
What was the biggest challenge with it? Pick either the jar or the toast. What was your biggest challenge, you reckon? So
when you're making something like this and you're nominating a particular weight for the product, it's very important that you don't undersell the weight. So for example, we're talking about a troy ounce in silver, and those of you who know, when you buy a troy ounce in silver, it's typically slightly over than under. And so that's a factor when you're designing something like this, to be able to then scale. To make 1 or 2 is really easier. To scale these things to 500 to 1,000 is completely on another scale, which I think, one of the real big things we're proud of is that we didn't take this overseas. So this isn't an overseas product. This is designed, made, finished and delivered from Melbourne. And that was really important to us, being representing such an iconic Australian brand such as Vegemite. To take this stuff overseas and produce it, much easier than it is to do it here, which is a credit to the team. But then also you have, the worry about purity from metals coming in, and there's don't start me on the backstory of all of that, your cash going overseas and so forth. So
it's a quality control thing as well.
Yes, it is, because this isn't just a collector's market. I suppose this appeals to. There will be a section of the bullion industry that are completely interested in this also, and your integrity in that space, and our integrity as a whole is paramount to any product that we put out there. Yeah. So it's really important to us that we keep this in house. We keep it here in Melbourne where we can, and and that allows us to stand by the high quality product that we've produced.
People want to learn more about Tiger Bay.
Yep.
How do they do it?
Just jump on our website, www.tigerbayjewels.com.au. Predominantly, you'll see that we're a jewellery manufacturing business. There's a link to the Vegemite jars on there. We'll soon have a link to the toast. That'll just simply take you through to Vegemite's website. Yep. And there's some really big things happening with our company at the back end of this year and next year, where we're going to pivot into a slightly different space. And so there's a holding tile on our website that says there's something big coming soon, which I'd love to come back on here one day, when we drop and talk about that.
I'd be more than welcome to. Do you want to tease it at the moment, or you want to leave it at that?
I think we'll leave it at that for now. There's still a few I's to dot and T's to cross, but we're very close, I believe. Yeah, very close.
Good stuff.
Yeah, excellent.
Excellent. Well, thank you for dropping by.
That's all right, mate.
And agreeing to be mugged and dragged on the camera. So
lots of notice.
Yeah, it's really good. So, like as we said, if you're interested in one of these, you're going to have to be fairly quick. I suspect they're going to sell out fairly quick. But head over to the Vegemite website. There'll be a link down below. If it's not on the screen at the moment, purchase yourself one there. If you want to know more about Chris and Tiger Bay, head over to their website over there and check them out, and stay tuned for further releases by the sounds of it and announcements.
That's it. Thanks, Michael.
That's it for now. We'll talk again very, very soon. See ya.